was rear-ended by a police officer about almost 4 years ago, and I want to know why did it take almost 4 years to be settled.
Well,
although I had an attorney.
Did you say why it's taking so long to settle?
Why did it take 4 years to settle?
Yeah.
I was hit from behind.
Yes, Sandra, you have a surprisingly complicated case. Police officers, municipal officers have, they're in a really different situation. They have certain kinds of immunities. In fact, there are certain police officers, such as a sheriff, who is completely immune from prosecution in Alabama, which is surprising. Even if a sheriff rear-ends you, if it's their fault, they can be completely immune. So the lawyer that you had was fighting a lot of battles for you. If just an individual rear-ends you, then you have just a very standard lawsuit against that person. But when it's a police officer, you have, for instance, a municipal officer, you have the city that is in the litigation, you have the officer, and then you have to fight through those immunities in order for you to even have a case at all. So that would probably explain why your case took so long, but those cases can be very, very complicated.
Are most of these cases, do they take a little while? Because there are a lot of different moving parts to it.
There are. I mean, cases do take a long time. Yeah. The first thing that everyone has to understand is until you're completely well, so you've been injured, until you're completely well or as well as you're going to be, we can't resolve your case. Because if we do, we're selling you short because
right.
we don't know how bad your injuries are. I've often seen the case where initially I didn't think someone was going to be hurt that bad. 6 months down the road, their doctors tell them you need surgery.
Yeah.
So until you get to the end of your treatment, we can't even begin to resolve your case. So it does take some time, especially in a more serious case.
Yeah, okay. So I'm surprised we haven't gotten the call yet on what do you do if you've been hit by someone who doesn't have insurance?
Yeah.
Because while you're supposed to have it, some people don't.
I am so glad you asked that, because right now is a great time. If you're at home or you're not working, or maybe your spouse isn't working, call your insurance agent and find out how much coverage you have, underinsured, uninsured motorist coverage you have. I think it's some of the most important insurance you can have. It is the insurance on your insurance policy, your auto policy, that protects you from someone who doesn't have insurance. It also protects you in this situation. You know, the minimal limits in Alabama are $25,000. You don't have to be badly injured to exceed $25,000. So
which really, I'm sure you probably see it, 25 doesn't really cover much.
Like this. I mean, if you have any kind of significant injury, if you have a broken bone, you're beyond that.
Yeah.
So that coverage, if you're injured by someone who has those minimal coverages, it also kicks in to pay for those additional damages you suffer over and above that initial $25,000 of insurance the person that hurt you may have. So it is, to me, some of the most valuable automobile insurance you can have. It's inexpensive. Call your agent. Make sure you don't have that minimal $25,000 coverage. Okay. You really need more than that.
Try to up it a little bit.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
Okay.